Hello, hi. Once again, you're welcome to Setting the Record Straight by Nana Bowman. It's been wonderful to be here again. As we discussed last time, the main purpose of our presence here is to discuss not only issues concerning the Ghanaian, but issues concerning the CDP party, as we have the team today. As you are kindly aware, the CPP, that is the Convention People's Party, is in a state that needs salvation, to say the least. And so, as we see, we are in court. We don't know who. We discussed last week who is supposed to be, whether the party was part of it, wasn't part of it. The panelists really did well, they explained. Today, we want to see the way forward. We want to find out, what do we do as members of this party? Do we wait? Who is supposed to even make the decisions? What is supposed to happen? Who is even in charge? Which body must act? What does the Constitution say? And at what point do we say enough is enough? We as members, at what point? For those of us who have made some deep spirited commitment to ensure that this party of ours gets back to its glory days, how far and how long can we continue like this? So, without sounding like we are too worried, or I don't want to use words that are not encouraging, empowering, but we as members know where the party is today. And we are going to sit here and lay the facts as they are. Yes, we do have interest, and our interest is to ensure that the party gets to the Jubilee House or the Flagstaff House. That is what we are here for. There's no other reason why we are part of this party. We are here because our interest is to ensure that the Ghanaian has proper accommodation, that the farmers' produce do not rot on the farm, that the institutions like the what we call that thing, the food distribution systems that were put in place that ensured that every farmer's produce ended in the hands of consumers, and the chain that it went through ensured that they were protected as a farmers or farmer in this country, that we'll be able to still have that interest. The system that we had in place that ensured that there was proper accommodation, not just for the lower income, but even for the laborer, that the first 6,000+ properties that were built during our regime, we ensured that 5,000+ of those properties were for the laborer. Today, the properties are still there. And who lives in those properties? Those properties, not even the middle income owns them. Today, when you talk about affordable housing, it's a different story altogether. So we as a party, we are just at the point where some of us feel so frustrated because there's so much that needs to be done for the people of this country. There's so much, the noise that we've all heard between NPP and DC. It's just too much noise. And we call what we always say, Dukadaya, which simply means that nothing new is going to happen. We need to get the CPP back to power. We birthed this country, and it is during that birth that we put in place systems and strategies that we believe will be able to make Ghana become economically independent. Because it was our belief that being politically independent, we must believe that we are capable of managing our own affairs. Today, the story is not the same. And so, the frustration is the fact that we know that it is the party, this ideology, this philosophy, this ideology, it is the belief system, the things that what CPP represents is the Ghanaian. CPP is Ghana, and Ghana is CPP. So today, gentlemen and my pretty lady, we are back here.
Thank you.
We are going to discuss again the way forward. It is my prayer that as we put these discussions across, members across the country, both the delegates, the members, our executives, leadership, elders, will listen and be able to understand the feeling of the average, not, I don't want to use the word ordinary, but the feeling of the members and why we are so concerned. Where is CPP today and what is the way forward? We did say that 2020 is just around the corner. 2020, let's really discuss these things. Let's put the discussion here and let's talk about it, exactly how the people down there are feeling. Let's move this party from one stage to the next level. At least I believe in people. I believe that with the leadership, we even have leadership now. Leadership. Do we have leadership?
That's a great question.
If I'm permitted to come in at this time. My name is Comrade Yakubu Babibu from Madina constituency. I once again say that we thank you very much, Senior Commander Nafin Foma, the former running mate of our Converted People's Party 2012, for your selfless and the level of commitment you have for this party. Some of us, when we hear that you say you are getting to your limit, our hearts sometimes jump. Because if it happens that you are getting to your limit and you're going to take certain decisions, meaning that the soul, I would say the soul and spirit of the party eventually is going to go away. So first of all, I would like to take this opportunity to plead with you that level of commitment, I think you are now going to start. So you should keep it very, very tight. And let's see how this party can be steered towards the right path. Ghanaians today actually are looking up for the Convention People's Party. Regardless the internal challenges that we have, if you go out there, people are fed up with NDC and NPP. And the NDC and NPP are the one political force, simply because they run the same system. Hence, Ghanaians are not feeling the country called Ghana. You are a very big force to reckon with. From your history, things that you've done, I mean, your capacity as the youth, Mother of Ghana, Mother of Lux, all these achievements, you didn't get to them you didn't get to that level for the sake of, you really worked at it. You really worked at it, and you deserve to at least take this country to a level. Not just within the Convention People's Party, you really deserve to take this country to the next level. And you can compete with any of those who are steering affairs now within the Fourth Republic. Nana Akufo-Addo, the president, John Mahama for the NDC. You are really, really at their level. In fact, I was discussing with a comrade this afternoon that it is for the sake of saving this party and for the sake of rendering a selfless and dedicated service to the Convention People's Party, that is why you stood and you are stepping down, you are grading yourself to the Convention People's Party chairman and leadership. In actual fact, it is not and is below your standard. It is a sacrifice, it's a commitment you are giving us, it's an honor and offer, and we want to take it, and we gladly want to take it and make sure that come whatever time we go for Congress, we see you in that office of chairman and leadership of the party, because you want the party to take its right course. Now, the internal issues of this party, like you rightly said, with setting the record straight, are things that are really, really disturbing. And for me, sometimes when I hear you talk, I feel very sad because I know your commitment, time, finance, and all those things. And as an entrepreneur,
if you don't love the party to that extent, trust me, you should have, by now you've walked away. And some of the senior comrades always find it very difficult to even understand why somebody with a caliber and momentum and that kind of capacity of yours is still pushing very hard to see the CPP work. And you are doing that simply because you want Ghana, you want the better things for Ghanaians out there. That yes, a woman is capable of doing it better than what the men have been tried, they can't do. So you are starting by putting your house in order before we get to the level where you can see on top of where you stand, you see clear, then you can make your decisions and make them work. Because you've experimented them, you've done them, you have the records. So first of all, I would say, I plead with you, continue with that, and let's see how we get a party on the right path. I will stop here because we'll be going into further discussions as to how, like you rightly said, this party, how best we can get ourselves and put ourselves together for 2020. Thank you very much.
I really appreciate for me it's an honor, as you've said, and I believe that every single one of us here, like I said the other time, our contribution to this party clearly shows our commitment to see Ghana lives.
Yeah.
Every single one of us. I was telling somebody that one thing I know is that everyone that says, most of the people, let me put it that way, apart from the ones that have infiltrated the system and clearly have come in here to make sure that CPP is not working. Otherwise, the real CPP people that I know, all of them are committed people. They are the ones that really are they have a certain level of patriotism that is unparalleled. And it's simply because they have a choice, but they choose to stay with CPP. Even though CPP, having been banned for all these years before we ever even started to come up again, having gone through all the trials and tribulations over the years, all the attempts that have been done to ensure that this party is crippled, you still find people here because they believe in Ghana. It is those people that believe that there's something in us as Ghanaians, and that there's something that we can do together. So, comrade, I know that all of us have so much to add. That is why we want to ensure that this party, the party structures and the party itself can lift up. Because once it does, this country will lift up. Once CPP works, Ghana will work. It's as simple as that. So, comrade, we are back here. Honestly, I was hoping that by this week, we'll be heading towards the Congress grounds. We'll be heading towards the Congress grounds, and then we'll be able to direct the party well. It's not just about Congress, but it's about direction. It's about who really speaks for us. Look at what is happening in the US currently. Look at what is happening. You can't even make any statement. Because in what capacity do you make the statement, and how? What do you say? You understand? But wherever you see anywhere an African is, I say that the African is one of all of us. We are all the same. And so today it might happen to anybody that's doing something to a black person. He doesn't even know the background of that person. As far as the person is concerned, you are not like that person, and you're a black person, and that means that we are all one people. We are all one. Today we are here as CPP. What is the way forward?
Yeah, thank you so much, comrade, and thank you, viewers. May I take this opportunity once more to greet our comrades, our patriotic comrades of CPP, and thank you for making this program a success. I would first like to start by saying that CPP is a party that has come to stay. In spite of the frustrations that were put in our ways, never should anybody be thinking that CPP will not survive. talking about our way forward, you realize that there have been a lot of problems in our ways that have landed us in court. In spite of the fact that we are in court, doesn't mean that we cannot move one or two things together. Today, as Madam have just introduced the topic, who is doing what and what is our way forward, I will say that there have been an injunction on some people, 2 people in the party, but not the CPP. Now, talking about our way forward, already in the injunction, certain things have been put in place. Restraining the 2 leaders from acting, at the same time restraining them from taking the party to Congress. It doesn't mean that the party cannot act. As we sit down here, even when it comes to talking anything in favor of CPP, we may try to speak, but the leadership needs to be put in proper perspective. And this is the reason why we would want to see our CC taking charge, which by the Constitution they are supposed to take charge. Maybe at a proper forum we have to elaborate explicitly why they must take charge. And for now, we would only like to let our people know that it comes to a point in time that the structure of the party being structured in such a way that when 1 is not there, 2 will be there. When 2 is not there, 3 will be there. So CC must come in place, and to enable them form an interim management committee. This interim management committee, we need that so much, without which we will beat about the bush and will not be able to end us anywhere. I will jump because I'll be coming to talk much about this thing more. But I would like to jump and answer Madam when he says blacks are being molested everywhere. But I would also like to quote Kwame Nkrumah when he said the black man is capable of handling his own affairs. He really said it as if he was a prophet. But it was a right thing that he said, and it is happening today. That had we put our house in order, had the blacks put our house in order, these things wouldn't have been happening to us. These molestations and this George Floyd incident would never have happened, because we will have a situation where blacks will be more proud of ourselves, of course, which must be that people will not take us for granted. CPP would have loved to do something more, but unfortunately, we are trying to manage our house. For now, I will end here and say, as we progress, I will deliberate more on that. Okay.
Wonderful. So clearly, you are stating that, again, as you said last week, the party itself has not been restrained. That at least the party can function and actually can go to Congress. That the restraint was put on some members of the party, not the CPP party as such. And clearly, the old CC, that's the 2016 CC of Delhi, is the one that can take this party to Congress. That is what it is.
That's what the ruling says. Yeah, that's what the ruling says. Yeah.
And therefore, there's no need to wait for anything. Since 2020 is just around the corner.
A few months to come.
Yes. And so clearly, the CPP, the people who is the one is to decide. I can still see and feel some tension and uncertainty as to who should do what, even within that setup. You understand? Because it's still, clearly we know it's 2016, yet there's some sort of overlap that people in the 2020, is it 2019 or 2020 CC who find themselves there, the very same leadership or acting leaders who have been restrained are the very same leaders who are also part of the 2016. So that dilemma, that is what I believe is a problem. However, there's no problem that is bigger than a party, because the party is for the people, it's for us. It's not for any individual. And I believe that the writers of this constitution might have envisaged something similar, if not the same. So what is the way forward? Just to address that. You understand how we move to the CC that has been, we've been given we can't move to, there's no restraint on us.
Thank you, Honorable Nana Fekoma, and thank you, honorable members at home watching us. Good day to everybody. I'm Nana Sarah from the Anyasotum constituency. Currently, I'm sorry, I'm not used to the mask, so please forgive me. This mask is a serious issue. You know, CPP is a big party, and it's very sad that what is happening is happening. And from the ruling, it clearly states that the party should organize, take activities towards a progressive movement. When we go into our constitution, it states clearly that the CC supposed to have meetings at least every month, and the quorum should be 1/3. So assuming the CC is about, maybe the maximum is 30, which means 30 divided by 3, out of 1, they can have a meeting. It's a quorum. What is happening to them? Why are we not meeting? Why the CC dragging their feet? Why? What is happening? That is what we don't understand. And that is what we are putting onto you. We are not commanding, we are not forcing, but by right, you need to meet to take the party ahead. Because you cannot just take the position and be in the house, no matter what is happening.
Yes.
Yeah, we have to put it to you.
Absolutely.
You know, Ajia and Kabila are not enemies. It's everywhere. Every family, every institutions, I mean, there are such things. They are part of us. They are still contesting. So you coming together as a CC does not mean you are against her or him. Coming together is not about Ajia and Kabila. We are coming together as a party, as CPP. That is why you took the position. You are there as a CC. So why are you sitting in the house? We have to beg you. We are concerned. I am a concerned CPP member. I am not in for anybody. I am not against for anybody. I am for CPP. You know, and if there is no CPP, I am not there. If there is CPP, I am there. So we are asking or telling you, CC of 2016, to meet, please, because the party needs to move forward. It is your right to come and move. If you are not meeting, then you are telling us that you don't love the party. Because if you love something, you make it work. So that is basically what is happening. We need a CC of old to work. And I spoke to one of them today. He says they are meeting. I don't know the kind of meeting, but I'm going to call him in the evening again. Because we need a meeting, we need a party to move. Despite whatever is happening, it is normal. Court issue is not saying anything. Whoever we have took to the court are not enemies. They are part of the party. But because we want things straight, we want decisions and structures to be informed. That is why there's a court issue. But it doesn't mean they are enemies. So if we are a CC member, you are sitting in your house comfortable, look at the party. We have few months to election. We are election year. And we don't see anything. Our constituencies are not organized. Our polling stations are not organized. Nothing is working. And we have structures. If you want to go into the constitution, it says we have the national organ. And the national, let me read something from the page 7. The national organ is the Council of Elders, the Central Committee, the National Executive Council, the National Delegate Congress. So where are all those people? Where are you people? What are you doing? We need to move forward. And you as a concerned member sitting there, please put your mouth inside. Because we need to move forward. We need to move forward. Why are we sitting down and crossing our legs, seeing few things, and when you call it, they say, you speak A, this is a B, you say B, this is a D, and it's like we are playing. NDC, MPP are not playing. CPP, we are playing football among ourselves. We are not scoring, but we are playing. We have been playing since years. No score. We need to be straightforward. It's a very serious issue. We keep playing.
That's true.
Are we actually playing? We play ourselves.
We are playing.
We are not scoring anything.
Let me add.
That's really true.
Let me add a point here that the CC of 2016, they are having. It's like there have been confusion between CC of 2016 and the CC that was formed in 2020, which were given the mandate to start running. I want to make it clear categorically that according to our constitution, when CC or let's say regional election is conducted, those people who are elected can only run when they have been mandated at Congress.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Now, before the Congress takes place, the CC of 2016 are the ones supposed to be running affairs.
Sure.
There is no any reason why the CC of 2016 should be running affairs and leave the 2016 CC down.
CC of 2020,
Since
rather.
of 2020, rather, you're quoting.
You quote it.
What I'm saying is that the CC of 2016 who were mandated at Congress should be running affairs until they have been disbanded by the CC, by the Congress of 2020.
Yes.
So not until the Congress has taken place, there is no reason why the CC or whatever 2020 elected members should be running. So let's put this one straight. Right now, we went to court. In fact, it is in court. Court has directed that the CC of 2016 should be running. There is no any qualms about that. They must go on to their work. Otherwise, they are doing disservice to CPP.
Definitely.
We want them to do work. That's why they were elected. They were elected and they were given the constitution to guide them in whatever they do. I am pleading with them that they should go and read the constitution. Otherwise, they are drawing us back. Thank you.
Okay, moderator, I would like to add something to what my comrade from Anaso Tum and comrade Peter Kim from Tema West. He was the parliamentary candidate for Tema West. I'm sure he has forgotten to mention his name twice, so I need to do him a favor because we are comrades, so that I can quickly do justice to that for him. Now, you see, I want to try and also simplify the understanding of why he was stressing on the functions of the 2016 CC and at what time the 2020 CC kicks in with effect. It's just like the way our parliamentary system is run within the political parties. As we speak, some political parties have already elected their parliamentary candidates who will be contesting the election on the tickets of the parties 2020. But that is an effect of what has happened those parliamentary candidates who were selected in those parliamentary primaries of the political parties, in effect, or automatically don't remove the sitting MP from office. Because the sitting MP or the people who are in charge 2020 CC, 2016 CC, are still within their mandate to operate as CC, regardless of the election that has happened. So you see that in the video of the plaintiff, of the lawyer, he was using the word not properly constituted. I emphasize on that word, not properly constituted. So, meaning that the 2020 CC or regional elections or regional chairman cannot take effect until we go to Congress. When we go to Congress and national leadership are elected, they swear the national leadership who are elected into office alongside with the elected regional chairman. We can see some diabolic approach by comrades Kobna Bonfre and also Ajam Datu Kabila, Ajam Datu Haruna. They are doing things very hard and for that matter confusing some of the CC members of 2016 who happens to be also at the same time part of the 2020, making the understanding very, it's very simple. Your mandate at 2016 has not ended. And nobody is saying that those who were elected in 2020 are going to be hand-tied or be removed from office by the court case. We have not gotten there, and there's nothing like that happening. Kabila going on radio and saying that it is your position that is being contested. And for that matter, if you find yourself in 2020, 2016 CC, and you are also finding yourself in 2020 CC, you find it very difficult to position yourself to know where you belong to. Don't get yourself confused. You are still in office as a 2016 Central Committee member. Until Congress takes place, your powers are still valid. And then the 2020 CC, those who were elected at the regional elections, which we think we don't have any issue because we are not determined. We didn't take anybody to court. The plaintiff and the defendant, whichever grounds they are, we saw things that are in the release they are seeking from court. But in reality, your office effects actually start after Congress is taking place. When new national officers are elected, they swear you in. And the job that is at hand now is that if you are part of the 2016, you need to come for the meetings that they continue calling consistently that people are refusing. Because some people see somewhere and then manipulate your mind not to come. If you are not coming, you are rather doing a disservice to the party, not anybody. You are doing a serious disservice to the party because you can't sit on the fence and not take a decision that will move the party forward, and yet you go around creating some kind of grievances that we cannot determine which mandate or which capacity or which organs that you are going to operate with. So the fact of the matter is, try as much as possible, participate in your mandate. Take decisions that, like comrades are saying, and also the moderator clearly explained in simple terms. You have a responsibility to the party. We didn't just vote for you at the last elections or the last Congress. We voted for you because there's a constitution you are supposed to work with. So don't be shy of coming to take decision to move the party forward. You are not there for either the plaintiff or the defendants. You are there for the party. That is why your office is the second highest office that determines the day-to-day running of the party. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, honestly, I can feel the passion and the, I don't want to use the word anger, but then it's rightful to say that because of the way the situation is now. Let me, however, clarify one or two things here. In respect to the court case, I've spoken to a few of the regional chairman. Their concern was that, or is that, before this court case, that's the previous, I'd say in 2012 and also in 2016, each time there was an election, the regional election, the chairman took over immediately. they didn't have to wait. So they don't know where in the Constitution it stated that they have to wait till the final Congress where the leadership is sworn in before they get sworn in. I think they had assumed that once they were elected, then they would be the ones seeing through the Congress, you understand, and taking the party to Congress. So I think that has been one of the confusion. But we don't even have to go there, whether they are right or wrong, whether it's in the Constitution or not. Where we stand today as a party is that there's been a court case, and that is part of the relief that was sought in court by the plaintiff. And the judge, for whatever the reason, said, yes, the injunction has been put on the 2020 Congress. So it means that the 2020 CC put in place by the acting leader, chair, and acting GS or the leadership. So, as far as we are concerned, the frustration is in the fact that after that, we expect the party, the 2016 Congress, to take its responsibility and take this party to Congress, or at least take it functioning. Wherever we are stuck, somebody should lift the party from there. I would if there were no structures to work with. But the party is structures. Party is structures. You cannot. There are procedures. There are things that must be done. You can't just get up and do anything. So for that reason, we believe that those that have been mandated, those that put themselves in the line, they made us vote for them as leaders of this party within their various regions, within their various constituencies. Some of them were nominated to CC to come and represent the region and represent other interests that runs the party. So we are expecting that they would get up today and work. The only thing, since you are setting the facts straight here, we need to talk about this. The truth of the matter, people don't just get up to do things. In as much as most of them might also be feeling the way we are feeling, sometimes it's not everybody that can be proactive and be able to just get up and say, listen, let's move. Some people might wait to, because of the sensitivity of what is going on, would want to be told to move or asked to move. Who is supposed to organize the meeting? Who is supposed to ask who to move? Do you understand what I'm saying? Meetings don't just happen. Meet once a month. People were not meeting. Since the last court that said we can actually function, the 2016 can function. I'm sure it's been a month now.
Over a month.
Yes. And we are still sitting here. You and I can't call a meeting. So somebody is supposed to call the meeting. Maybe the appeal should go to that person. And indeed, we should let all the executives within the constituencies. We don't have polling station executives. We don't have electoral area executives. We jumped all that loop and we went to constituency. And then went to regional executive. And even within the region, we have 9 delegates, 9 members in each region.
Constituency.
No, I'm talking about the region.
Yeah, okay, yeah. The regional,
In each region, yes.
executive, yeah.
Yes, who have been voted for. In all the regions, supposedly. Okay, so even outside those that are being contested in church, in court, the other, how many, 9 or 8, supposed to be 10 now. So all the other regions, the 9, 2 of them, maybe 8 regions that are still intact. the regional executives should approach their, what do you call it, their,
Regional chairman.
yes, and ask them to initiate the meeting, ask the person that has to have the meeting, initiate the meeting, because I think that is where the problem is. Who is supposed to initiate this meeting?
Whatever.
Who is supposed to initiate the meeting? Looking at our constitution here.
The meeting of the CC.
Precisely. You understand? I think that is where the challenge is for the people now.
Well,
You know, because
currently,
let me tell you one of the things that you see, it's a human institution. You are dealing with human beings. And one of the things I'm feeling is some sense of solidarity amongst comrades. So me and you are in the same area. I was voted, we have all been voted. Now we are the new chairman. We come to CC. And then there's this whole thing, then it ends up in court. And then now that it's in court, you can come, you can come, you can come. And the three of us can come. Meanwhile, we are in, we don't want you to feel like we are not in solidarity with you or we don't recognize you. But I want to take this opportunity to appeal to the comrades. It has nothing to do with that. It has to do with the fact that a party is structures and procedures and systems. It is not about whether you are good, bad, or anything. So once you are in court and the court says that this cannot function, it means that you can't function now. And the one that must function, otherwise it's a complete disservice to your position and a complete disservice to the party and to the nation. So don't feel like by functioning you have left your comrades and that you are no, because the comrades are still going to come back as the elected officials of the party.
yeah.
It's just for the fact that you need to wait for a while and come on later. And so you doing what is right means that now they can come quickly. Because if you don't do what is right and the 2020 is over, it means they can't even become whatever they're supposed to be and take over whatever they're supposed to take over. So I think that is where I can sense that uncertainty and sense of comradeship between some of the comrades, the regional executives. You know, they don't want to disappoint their colleagues.
Ask of who should initiate precisely the meeting. When we read, I want to read something briefly on the Constitution. It says that meetings of the Central Committee. It says that Central Committee shall meet at least once every month at the party headquarters. When necessary, it shall meet elsewhere. When necessary.
No more fighting. No more stand an individual person.
That is it. When necessary, anything can happen, but not for there's everything okay and you can have passes. The quorum for the central meeting shall be 1/3 of the total membership.
1/3.
1/3. So which means that if assuming is 30 divided by 3, so 10. So even if 10 is available, it's a quorum. 1/3. You divide 3,
That's
you
correct.
take 100. Then the C says that the Central Committee meeting shall be presided over by the national chairperson, and leader in his absence by one of the national vice chairpersons. D. In the absence of the national chairperson and his or her vice chairpersons, the Central Committee shall elect one of its members to preside over the meeting, and any decision taken at that meeting shall be binding, provided there is a quorum. So the quorum. So if all the chairpersons are not even there, it means the Central Committee will know, okay, let's let our mother to chair, and every decision taken is final and is accepted.
Simply means is that I think it's the second or the third. It stated that we shall be presided over by the chair.
By the chair, by his vice, and if all those communities.
So now looking at our situation in the party today, the chair, the substantive chair,
It's not available.
is not available. He said,
Yeah.
Acting
The
He's a chief.
acting,
In fact, the substantive chair
Okay,
is the chief.
yeah,
The acting chair, the first chair, became the acting chair.
yeah.
The second chair resigned.
Mm-hmm.
The third chair
It's available.
is available. The first chair, who is also contesting for the position of chair,
Mm-hmm.
is the one that is in court,
Definitely.
who an injunction has been placed on.
So she can't do anything
that
for now.
they can't act and take this anything that has to do with Congress.
Right.
Automatically.
Yeah. By the ruling.
Yes, by the ruling. So the court case is
It's
decided on
Mm.
whether to sustain it or to cancel it or make the case a useless case until such a time that the judge says this case has to be A, B, C, D. This party can only move on with the third chair.
Definitely.
Automatically first.
That
Definitely.
is what it is.
That is what the
that's-
Constitution is saying.
Clearly constitutional position.
That
And it
is
is important that we
You go by the
Yes,
Constitution.
because otherwise we should all go home and find a place to sleep.
You should go by the
Otherwise, it's a
Constitution.
complete waste of our time as a party. If a party can't be guided by this is what makes a party.
And-
Everybody group can be guided, but what says you're a CPP person is because there are some things here that's supposed to guide you. And if you are taking those procedures, you want to be a party member, you must do A, B, C, D. You want to stand as, until you can do that, you are not.
That is it. And I also want to come in where you said that probably, some comrade might be nice with this one. If you are even nice with whoever, the person still have the opportunity to campaign, right? He can still campaign, can take his filing and campaign for whatever position. It's so clear. Those even in court, I learned they can do it.
Yes.
Kabila and Hajia can still go ahead and campaign or whatever. So if you are nice with the person, for the sake of the party moving forward, don't think you are being unfair to your comrade by having a meeting. Just let's have the meeting as a CC, organize the party. They are still part of the party. They are still campaigning for their positions. They are still part of the party. So CC people that are not coming because if I come, it's like I'm being against my loved comrade in corner, are being unfair. It is not about unfair issue we are dealing with.
We are dealing about CPP.
We are talking about the party. We are talking about what CPP can do, not what your comrade, the personal relationship you have with your comrade. Because of that, you are not coming to CC. Because of that, you are feeling reluctant. Because of that, you are finding some excuses to cover yourself.
Which you are so right. So, because what happens if the person goes to join other
Another
parties, as most people have done in the past? Then
What will you do?
Yes.
Comrade, what I want to say here is groups, let's say factions in party, not bad things. They help to bring competition. And competition, as we know, is fair, is good. It makes us to become more proactive. But it looks as if our kind of faction or groupings that we are operating within are becoming to cause more trouble to us than good. Now, the Constitution, as my comrade has just read over here, is explicit enough. And automatically, what has been said by the ruling directly tells us that when one is not there, the second one or the third is there. So we don't need to battle over this, except that some people, because of the fashion, they are being spoken to and they are being reluctant to do what they are supposed to do. That is what I see going wrong in our party. Otherwise, this the third national vice,
Who is not the first?
who is not the first, is supposed to automatically take over and begin to rule. Now we have a party that we obey order. So we want order to permeate within our party. So we are saying that, just as has been read, we want the CC, the 2016 CC should meet. There is no any reason why they should be dragging feet. And when we talk about CC meeting, it is not fashion. It is about the work of the party that the party must move forward. You see, so maybe let me use this platform to say, we beg you.
Yeah.
We want the party to move on.
You are not out of place to say
So
that.
please come. This is not a situation where you have to listen to somebody is calling meeting. It has been read over here that even when the people meet and they have formed forum, and for one reason or the other, the chairman or whoever is not around, somebody can be appointed to act. So you see, you are worrying us, you are worrying CPP, then you think you are being comfortable wherever you are. Otherwise, party should have been moving on all along by now. Now we are being dragged. A lot of things are going on which is at a disservice to us, and because of your reluctance, we are sitting down here and doing nothing. Only if we don't take
In an election year.
we shall lose virtually everything.
Injunction granted to the plaintiff. You rightly said we have a window of opportunity, which I think granted to us. But the people who are supposed to implement or utilize the opportunity granted to us are the 2016 CC. Now the 2016 CC, like Comrade Peter King said, in fact, it has not been the time to say we are begging you, but I don't necessarily think so. If you don't act, it is a constitutional requirement, a constitutional position for you. If you don't act, just as we are finding the difficulties now, it is you who are failing the party. Let's be frank. You are failing the party because you are refusing to act. And it is not also about maybe somebody to say you hate Kabila or somebody hates Ajam. That no. It's a call to duty. We voted for you 4 years ago, and you agreed that that contract between us, you and the Convention People's Party, is to respond to the call when the need arises. Now, fellow comrades, the need has arisen. This is the time for you to step up and do us good. Take your responsibility as members of the second highest decision-making body of the Convention People's Party, stipulated in the Constitution, that it is time for you to rescue the party. In fact, if you come and meet, within that same meeting, you could even arrive at a decision that would be so nice that the case can even be withdrawn from court. But if you scatter around and you feel like, oh, it's like Senior Comrade Nana Frimpong said, yes, we can between comrades or among comrades in terms of the recent election that took place. But please see to it that one step at a time, deal with the issue as it is within your mandate as 2016 CC. Then you can form a committee to be able to take out the matters and handle it in-house. Thank you very much.
Well, comrades, I want to wrap up by assuring you, or maybe alerting you to the fact that this is the time that we have to show comradeship to our party and to our members. We have to show our concern to the party. We have to show our integrity, the reason why we belong to CPP and why CPP must move on. We have so many things ahead of us. We have, like Comrade Nana Frimpong have just said, we have our constituency polling stations and whatever to be put in place. We don't have anything. We are completely locked up. We are more or less like a party which is coming to start everything afresh. And don't forget that before we can do this thing, everything relies on you. You will fail us if you do not come to the meeting. You will fail us if you stay at home and be thinking or be listening to somebody who says you should not come. We need you now. Come to the meeting and tell the people the reason why you are a member of CPP to be trusted. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much. I think before make it clear, and I want to wrap up by saying that in case you are part of the 2020 CC that was elected, and for a reason you need to stay aside, doesn't mean that you are not necessary or you are not part of the party. You are still part of us. You don't have any issue, there's no issue with you on court issue. Just relax in your chambers. Your time will still come after Congress. We can re-elected you or whatever. Swear in you and you are still going to act. So don't take it so that maybe you have a comrade, as we are saying, is in 2016 and in 2020, and it's like you are not trying to understand things. Its constitution says that it is after Congress. Yeah. So even if you are elected now, the old CC is still in operation. You are new and you'll be re-sworn by the Congress. Now we speak to the CC of the 2016. For the sake of CPP, we plead on you to come together and let's move the party forward. Yepamocho, 2016 CC. Once your party obi wo ni favorite. Obi open asem. Inti wa adwen ya there. Probably you are unyanko na whatever no. The Mary nama. Until the Constitution is say I will not this year, but this year any problem on your court assembly can court on no or energy. I will as a CC member, I will not date to an member. Now a meeting together with other people won't take a decision. Your problem in the party, Ekoyen police station is very bad. Yeah, constituencies, everything is very bad. And we need you as a body to come together. Into your best share one. Let's come together. More especially you, the CC people. We are looking on to you. If you refuse to come together, what can we do? We can't do anything. Even though when it comes to us, we look at it because we have neck. Neck is there. And when you read the little functions of the neck, it also says a lot of things. But for now, we are not going there. We are dwelling and talking to you, old CC of 2016. Please come together. Functions are too much. Party things, and I'm here and I'm in the camp of this, and it's not helping for now. Please come together. Hold a meeting, move the party forward, and let's do TPP well. We have a chance 2024. Let's organize ourselves now. Then 2024, we take Ghana up. Ghana is waiting for us. Thank you.
Yo, ama yue Ghana. Ni makpa inyeme game afai. Bia ne wo shini watane ake CPP members wo efi wo fio ni wo hie na efi wo jiake mene wo ye court ni wo nyemi meni nye wo hie court ka keshi ame pasashi fio ye ameni bi kome femo yana ni ameni femo eji election ko na ati afi kenoni congress na ba ya ni wo ame akpasashi fio koni ameka jehin ke a feni bi komeni hewo na ke shi ametashi now kote ekeku akeshi CPP akpasashi shino na yu oji kemeno eme ame atashi ahagbe akeshi 2016 CC, that is Central Committee B ame damoshi ni ahani party ayahin. Nani minta mani ni nshiji kaji meni ji 2016 CC ne e ba na maba tashi koni ame gen boni ba fe ni party ba ya hin party e ta flache e ya hin wo ba ta ni wo ta no ni wo ye e se ni na ni le agashi wo ye no chumo ko me ye wo constituency se mi ni san go fe
Police station say.
ke police station se fe ni kenye ba ni wo ba susu e na ma here ni gbe wo shi won pa nye fa mi make aka mi pa nye fa ka fa pa mo nye si mo nye ko hu ni le ben le no ni to ma fi ma nye don fa ni ma pa nye ba ka nye ba ni wo ba tashi ni wo susu here ba nye na ka parties ko me te shi ka wo tashi bi ade ni wo wole wo le no ni wo ba fe no le zango fe ni ka ya ga shi me ko me ma me ni ka this year ni wo fe no ko e be po ha wo ncha ni ma nya ba ni
Yeah.
Dan waye na yaya mu da kanin mun san kamar CPP yanzu akan ga muna cikin court saboda wadansu mutane biyu Hajiya Amdatu da zama kanin mu da brother mu James Obna Bonfred an je court saboda an kai su court saboda wadansu ababen da suka yi da ya zama party non constitutions da muke da shi hakika dai abin da party ya je kamar hanyar da za mu bi shi ya zama constitution sun yi wadansu ababen da bai bi wannan hanyar constitution nan ba kamar an je wata region an yi wadansu election wadansu guwan da aka yi da ragan kai ba bi hanyar circi ba aka yi shi yasa yanzu an kai su court kuma da court ya je aka kai su court ba ce CPP aka kai court ba dole a kara CPP shi yasa in legal terminology now ana cire wani abu nominal defendant abin da yasa aka kara convention people's party kai kenan kuma aka duba ruling da aka bayi interlocutory ruling which is the injunction da aka grant plaintiff na kuma bin mamaki shi Bright Akwete ya zama the head of legal affairs of the convention people's party don shi ba inda zai iya je da party na court shi dai party an yi wani abu ana against party na shi ke party court abin da yasa ya doki wannan mutane biyu Hajiya Amdatu da Kabila ya kai su court kama abin da suka yi an tun zana musu an ba su deadline an ba su wani su 14 days kama su correct wannan su ba su yi ba shi yasa kai da ka zama member of the Convention People's Party da ka zama Convention People's Party 2016 CC member tankan aikin kuna cikin kuna da hanyar da za ku yi aiki a jara party a duba hanyar da za a je congress amma an cira ku zo ku zama a yi wannan magana sai ku ciya wadansu na cira ku kar ku zo ku da aka cira da ku da kuke ciya zuwa nan ku ke ba ta party nan ni dai ban yi charitable with my words na ce muku kuma ku ke ba ta party mun kuna son party ya ci gaba dole ni wanda ba wani ya sa ka wurin ba da 2016 muka vote muku as regional chairman ba wanda ya call ka ne ce kama a vote je mu vote maka ba ko da bai sha call ba constitution na gwada kama an sa gwanu ka shi sa kana da aiki shi sa ka yi bai kamata ka zama wani ya cira ka ce baka zuwa tun da baka zuwa kai ke baka party ba mutanen da suka kai party na court ba kai da ka ki zuwa as member of the Convention People's Party da ka 2016 CC member baka zuwa meeting a zama a yi magana inda za a yi a form committee inda za a yi a je congress in kana jira a doki phone a cira ka karba zo kai ke bata party sai samu na ce ku yi kokari in an cira meeting kuma ku zo ku yi magana abin da ke cikin zuciyarka ka fadi in na kai da ka hando kan yaki don muna gangan na party na free movement mu ka muka join kuma mun join kamar mu ci gaba yo wadanda NDC NPP suna rule gana mu muna da wannan karfi da iko shi yasa ku yi kokari an cira ku zo meeting roƙon da muke ba ku kenan assalamu alaikum
Alaikum salam.
Salam. Wonderful. You see, we come to the end of the program, and I strongly believe that all comrades across, both those who are supposed to be members of CC, those who have been who were also elected as regional executives and constituency members who form the NEC. Please, having listened to what the situation is, what the Constitution says and what we can do as a party to move us to the next level. A level which if we don't get, we can't move anywhere. It is not the making of anybody. It's the party which has come to this point and for reasons has to end up in court. And for that reason, we must make the party move on. We cannot say that because there have been factions or whatever, and that because the party has taken, some people have been taken to court who happen to be leaders of this party is come to a halt and it has to come to a standstill. We know from everything that we have read that at least the 2016 CC can continue and take us to the next level. We are appealing to every member to call its members who of the 2016. That means that the members, the executives, the chairmen who were elected in 2016 in your region, call them, talk to them, let them understand that they need to come to this meeting that will be called by the third vice, Alhaji Tijani, who happens to be the one that the Constitution says can call a meeting now. When they call you, please come. Let's work together and let's get the party working. It does not matter who you love, where you stand, who is your brother, who is your sister. It happens. What is important is the fact that you are a member of the CC and that you are a member of the party and that you have a voice and you have a say. Everybody in this party matters. Even the security person in the head office is important. And like our former president said one time that the security person in the government, a party who is in government, is even better in a way than the chair, the whole chair and leader of a party in opposition, especially of a party that is going to oblivion because the party is not functioning. Please, comrades here have said a lot. Some have pleaded with you. We've spoken in different dialects. Anyone kasa. A church mu no man kitiwa bi mu. Ya mama who say 7 preduasa. E dey the open asem ana dey open asem ne yeka. Obia asem ayeka no ha yenka asem obi meto aba ni bi. Ana mo bi mechina ho. Ye say constitution no baby e wo no ye fan to ho because they see am party baby ejina no yakem e yaka. E yakɔhye ntoko bi mu. E wo say free ho nye ye adwuma. Nye timi sorry nye pete party ko jina baby wo say jina. Ye nyina right wo party mu nim se party e party kese. Ye nyina right wo party mu nim se party baby e ho de e pija party ya party metima sorry because party no o ye party kese deda. Ye hia ne say dia ho de kakra ba de amaye be pija e ho aye no ma bi o say eso ye. Enti yes sremo asem na simple. Party last week ye lawyer ono na di omo de party ni koko omo de ye court a party ni omo si party na kasa de enka court case ni ho omo checking and konti a the CPP no ka ho but CPP timi ye adwuma lawyer ni so judge ni so oma judgment oma or agree to injunction no o can say 2020 CC na acting leader ye Ajia Hamdatu any Kabila any the current leadership no omo endorse you say who when but omo form here omo sa kofo pen o say yes we you omo because sign and paying for na lawyers na dey call omo say omo be sent o say otimaso mo twentwen so answer na 2020 2016 die omo timi call nti say 2016 fa say nyeka mo no mo nyina nkasa mo men pite party no na party ni nkoso party court die ebetimi dia fe ebetimi di fie du ebetimi ye china ba ye china wait am be san kwa faith bibi election o see e congress ye yi mpanyefo be di party ni and sana congress no ya san kwa koji deɛ ɔbɛgyina hɔ ama party ne di yɛn as yɛn flag bearer na ɔne mpanyinfoɔ a ɛyɛ te sɛ akogudamfoɔ te sɛ Nana Addo ɛne Mahama akɔ fee so yɛn nyinaa bɛtaa akyire ne yɛbɛpagya party ne yɛn nyinaa boa no ma ne ɔde ɔmo akɔ fee so na party no ɛtuma pagya ne ho na yɛnya numbers na party no ɛtuma akɔ gyina Flagstaff House so sɛ yɛn nkɔ ho mpo a wɔn yɛn mpɛn nkɔ gyina Main Street ne kɔna hɔ baabi a na at least we dem yɛn nkɔ gyina baabi asɔre bi ne wɔ ɛhɔ na mɛmɛ kɔ ɔmo asɔre Christ the King ne yɛn hwɛ hɔ ne yɛn mu sɛ yɛreba na 2020 mpo 2024 mpo na ebedura hɔ a yɛwura hɔ mɔda wɔn ma adehyɛdeɛ a yɛde hyɛ mo sɛ mo wɔ responsibility o sɛbɛn mpɛ yɛsɛn yɛ pɔm akyɛw kɔsɛ ebuo ne ɔdɔ ɛne bu asɛm yɛn ka na emu mɔgyan gye saa tumi ne deɛ ɔsɛ mo de yɛ adwuma sɛ mo amfa anyɛ adwuma mo bɔ yɛ nyinaa mo yɛ ayɛ mo bɔ yɛn hamo saa ne ka mo na yɛ sɛ esi adeɛ baabi de mi nim bibi na ɔkwan baako panyin mmienu minim mpanyinfoɔ bebree akasa minim sɛ mo nyinaa ra mepɛ sɛ mebubu di ni minim sɛ wakoma mu no mopɛ sɛ party yɛ yie mo nyinaa na mo nipa once duma ne yɛyɛ nipa tumi tie obi nan so obi tumi ka asɛm na wanka ne yie obi tumi hwɛ obi ani so obi tumi yɛ sei na wanwene ho enti ebi efili sɛ nsɛm bi a na ɔsɛ nkɛkɔ so na akɔ so bɛbɛ srɛ mo papa maame ɛnyɛ nnɛ ɛnyɛ bɛkeka saa nsɛm ebi gyina yi deɛ wagye saa atɛm ato ho so sɛ woyɛ member of CC sɛ wogyina hɔ ama origin enti onya saa gye saa asɛm no ato ho so deɛ yɛsrɛ wo biribi ato nkyɛn na mɛgya party gyina kɛse ya no papa no yɛ maame no bebree ɔmo awuo ama party ɔmo de ɔmo nya asɛm ɔmo ɔde ɔmo biribiara de to ɔmo party ɛma nyɛ ɔmo nika ɛnɛ adato wɔ na ɛnyɛ ma sɛ obi asɛm ɔkan de wankan yi ti ɛsrɛ wo mompagya mo ho monsɔre monkɔ meeting no mondecide deɛ ɔsɛ mo decide monyɛ wɔ mmara kwan so sɛne ɛbɛyɛ a yɛnsan kɔpie court bio nti sɛ fo meeting no abra yɛsɛ sɛ woamma na obi de ne abufuo anaa ahoɔden kɔ bibo fra na sɛ akɔda ne ase na tententen ɛhɔ deɛ ne ɛhu sɛ mo ɛna mama party no akɔfo nti yɛda mo ase sɛ na mɛka me nuanom obiara frɛ wo chairman na ne nkasa ka kyerɛ sɛ sɛ yɛmfrɛ meeting a ɔmo akasa mmɔ ɔmo ho na ɔmo mfrɛ meeting na ɔmo ne Alhaji Tijani nyɛ baako na ɔmo mfrɛ meeting na ɔmo nyɛ congress na yɛnka yɛn ɔmo te committee hyɛ bi bia no ɔmo nyɛ nkɔ congress na yɛnyi si mpanyinfo sɛ ɛbɛyɛ no sɛ ɛbɛyɛ dikofo party na bɛkɔ no mu ɛne yɛ ɛda wase.
So let us all with one voice say, there is victory for us. There is victory for us. In the name of mercy. Wait.
Voice lady,
Let's continue with it.
Okay. I wanted to change the voice. There is victory for us in the name of Grace CPP. There is victory for us.
Oh,
backwards, never. In the name of Grace CPP. There is victory.
My viewers, once again, it's been wonderful to have you here. And let me say a big thank you to my panels who've been wonderful, and it's great having you. I believe that you'll be back as and when you are needed. Now, you know where to find us now. You can find us on CPP Sankofa TV. CPP Sankofa TV. We are also live on Facebook. So that's where you can find us. But before we go, let me say a big thank you to our proud sponsors. Area Care Hand Sanitizer. Area Care Hand Sanitizer should be part of the stay home protocol, COVID-19. Before you stay home if you don't have to go out. That's what you know that already. But if you have to stay home, make sure you have yourself the spray. Spray things as you touch anything before somebody comes into your home, when you have to touch the doors and things, just keep spraying. Stay home and spray. But if you have to leave, make sure you have yourself the handy ones. Keep one in your bag, keep one in your pocket. Give some to your kids when they have to go out as well. So this pack, as you can see, comes with the handy packs and the spray packs. So that's a thank you, a big thank you to our proud sponsors. And I am Nana Frimpoma II, your host.